Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Thank you for clicking on this video and making yourself a priority. I am Denise. It's Wednesday, and we're back to Wednesday Wisdom for Weight Loss. These are your questions answered. I posed a question in my group. What do you want to talk about on Wednesday Wisdom? Give me a question, and I got several. I just shut off. I think I finally remembered to shut off the comments because it's like, we'll post this again next week. But I've been enjoying this format, and I think you guys have been enjoying it too. This is what you want to hear. And that's, normally it's what I want to hear, but sometimes it's got to be about you. And I like this, and you guys have been real receptive to it. Let's put the disclaimer out. I don't know everything. This is just my opinion. You could agree, you could disagree, you could have no comment. I'm just saying, these are just how I feel upon these subjects. And I haven't looked at them yet, so we rapid fire through them if you're new here. If you're new here and haven't yet hit that subscribe button and like what you see here, join us here at Dish with D. We are tackling our weight loss 1 pound at a time with methods like this. So let's go started. Hopefully I won't sneeze through this because I've been sneezing. Post-COVID sneeze. Have you guys, I don't know, I've been sneezing like a crazy person every morning for the last 3 days. It's driving me nuts. But I'll see if I can get through this. All right, first one. Trying to fit in more vegetables. I'm looking for new ways to prepare and more interesting than just steaming and roasting. Thanks. Okay, I like putting them in scrambles. I don't know what it is, but vegetables and eggs go really good together. So I find that is one way. Breakfast, get your veggies in, and sometimes vegetable salads. Like after you roast them, toss them in a little vinaigrettes. Don't be afraid of olive oil and vinegar, please. Yes, balsamic has a little bit of points, but you know what? You're not using that much to really worry about it, and it's a good thing. So I find trying to make vegetable salads. So that is my answer. Trying to make vegetable salads and trying to put them in scrambles. I've been loving, I'm telling you, zucchini, peppers, onions, mushrooms, spinach. That's 5 I just rattled off. I put in my scramble. Sometimes broccoli. I did that the other day. I've done cabbage. I know, shocking. Egg roll in a bowl is another way. You get cabbage and carrots in there and onions, and I like to put peppers in there. So there are vegetables right off the bat. Just make a stir fry of veggies and throw a protein in there. Ground chicken, ground turkey, regular chicken, beef. Nothing wrong with a little bit of beef. So I like to do just focus on the vegetables in the dish, and then let meat be the secondary. So that is my grilling. Grill your vegetables, it's always fun. Air fry. Oh my gosh, it changes everything. Air fried carrots, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. It opens a whole new world. So I think I just gave you several ideas because I'm thinking, ooh, they all sound good. I want to go out and make them now. How about what you ate to lose weight, and what do you eat differently now? I eat the same. What I ate to lose weight, I still eat the same. I had to, make choices. When you lose weight, you have to, obviously the way you ate didn't work. So I cut back on fat. Mostly was probably fat and sugar were the 2 big things that I cut out. I should say cut back on. Yes, I buy fat-free Greek yogurt. Yes, I buy fat-free cottage cheese. There is nothing wrong with fat-free dairy. It's like people get with this, oh, don't eat fat-free. I'm not eating a crap ton of it. A couple tablespoons of yogurt here and there, or maybe I have a yogurt bowl. They came out with low-fat things for a reason. High-fat things were causing coronary artery disease. Why do you think they came up with this? Because they felt like it? No, there was a need for low-fat items. And low-sugar items. People are diabetic. So this low-sugar, sugar-free items came around because of diabetes and people like that. They didn't just make it for the sake, let's just make something low-fat. Why not? Let's just change that. No, because it wasn't good for people to have that much fat in their diet. So do I avoid it? No. But do I purchase things low in fat? Yes. If I was out and they had a high-fat yogurt, would I not have it? No, I'd have it. If you're out somewhere, you have what's there. I don't sit there and go, oh, no, I don't eat that, so I'm not. No, I just eat less. So I try to make adjustments at home, but when I'm out, I just eat less of those items, if that makes sense. Same thing with cheese. I have low-fat cheese. I don't like fat-free cheese. Only because it just doesn't melt well. And if you're looking at something that looks just doesn't look good, why would I want to eat it? So that's my thing with fat-free cheese. It just doesn't look good. And I can't eat something that I'm visually it's not appealing to me. So definitely I've changed over, for me, for the most part, monk fruit sweetener in things that I make. Now, if we're going out somewhere, am I going to make something for somebody that has monk fruit in it? No, I will make a regular item. And if I'm out, will I not have somebody's dessert because it has sugar in it? No, I'll just have a little bit of a piece. But when on for the whole, for me, for my lifestyle and the lifestyle here, nobody complains. The things that I make, they all like monk fruit. Nobody says, oh, they all enjoy. So it works for us. It's no big hardship. It's not like I'm going, oh, I really miss the regular sugar. This just doesn't taste good. And when, like, I've been ordering my chocolates from Choc Zero, Skinny, is it Skinny Taste? No, Skinnylicious, I think. It's Skinnylicious. The chocolates, I've been seeing them. I saw them at Marshall's. I think it was Marshall's. And I started ordering them online. They're little squares of chocolate. They're sugar-free. Some of them are made with monk fruit. Some are made with stevia monk fruit blend. I enjoy them. If I want a piece of chocolate, that's what I gravitate towards. So that is the little big difference. I stay away from, because I feel like, detoxing from sugar was a big thing, and you do feel better. You do. And that I tried to have a lower fat diet, with lower fat options. Ideas for cottage cheese. I'm not a fan of cottage cheese, but I'm trying to incorporate into my diet and increase my protein. Add it to my scrambled eggs and cannot even tell it's there. I blend it because I don't like the texture either. You can blend it and use it as a ricotta cheese in desserts and stuff like that. I like having cottage cheese with skinny syrup. I know, it sounds weird, but a sweet skinny syrup, like a honey cinnamon, it's so delicious. I love using cottage cheese in place of, you could use it in place of cheeses in recipes. Like if you're making like a baked pasta, you can put cottage cheese in place of the cottage cheese. It bakes in there, you don't know the difference. It's really, really good. But I would say you could try to make it sweet. Sometimes you try to make it savory, but try a sweet cottage cheese. That retro WW Danish that I make has cottage cheese in there. I think it was a TikTok custard. I want to say that was cottage cheese. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, blending it makes it look like ricotta cheese. And really, the taste and I'm an Italian, and I'm going to sit there and tell you, it really can be versatile and used in place of ricotta. But put it in your overnight oats. Thank me later. It's like a cheesecake overnight oats. And since you already blend it, you don't have the curds. I don't mind the curds. I just go for that flavor, and it is so good in overnight oats. Fast food finds to stay on plan. Oh, okay. Fast food finds. Anything grilled. Most fast food restaurants have grilled items. They have, I know I'm going to sit there and say they have salad. They do, but they have interesting salads. They have salads that have fruit on top and sometimes nuts and seeds. I know nuts and seeds have points. I'm not denying that, but they're not bad options. And when you have a salad that has like some blueberries and some nuts and seeds and a grilled piece of chicken, that's not a bad option. There's always grilled. Sometimes they have, I know Chick-fil-A has grilled nuggets. There's a place called, what is the Cajun place? Not Popeyes. I can't think of it. There's the Cajun place that has all the Cajun food, the chicken. It's escaping me, but they have grilled tenders. Sometimes ask. My son worked at Chick-fil-A, and he said you can customize anything. You want that gluten-free bun with your sandwich or the wheat? You could ask the people when you go there, hey, can I swap this bun on this sandwich? Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. It doesn't hurt to ask, but I always say grilled options. And sometimes, like, I know Chick-fil-A also has a power salad made with kale, which is always good. And there's always the child's menu. I know. Let me tell you something. You get a smaller burger and smaller fries, and it lowers the points, and it's not a bad option. So always check out your child's menu. I say that too with bars. Like, go to the child section where the protein bars are. You can get child-sized protein bars for 3 points. I'm just saying, don't knock out the kids. And you get a toy if you get the kids menu, I got in the kids menu. It's funny, and I've been in the car alone, and I've ordered a Happy Meal. They're like, give me my Happy Meal, let's go. Maybe my kid's at home. You don't got to answer nobody but yourself. Don't worry about people giving you going, let them eye roll you. And you walk away smiling. All right. I'm very close to goal within 5. Oh, back to the fast food before I forget, because I avoid the cheese. Do you know how much cheese they put on those burgers? When I go to get like a Whopper at Burger King, if you take off the mayo and the cheese, you'd save about 8 to 10 points. I used to get a Whopper Junior. No mayo, no cheese. So yeah, that's another thing. Avoid the cheese, because they use that crappy cheese. That's like probably 3 or 4 points a slice. So I say avoid anything with cheese and mayo. They're the two big things. Sorry about that. I just popped. As I was seeing that, I went, the cheese, stupid. You didn't say the cheese. Because it's big to say cheese. All right. I'm very close to goal, within 5 pounds, of a total of 80 pounds. Well, congratulations. I'm looking forward to switching the app to maintenance, but a little nervous too. I know I'll get more points and will be some trial and error to find the right mix. It's not so much a question, but more of what to expect, how to make the adjustments, guidance, and tips. I switched to maintenance right away when I hit goal. Or goal and lifetime. You have to do the 6 weeks and you have to be in maintenance. I switched right over because you know why? I was in weight loss mode for way too long and I needed to just be. And I think it's a great thing that you want to do that, because you do. You just need to be. And I think you get like 5 or 6 points. It's not earth shattering. It isn't. But what you do is my biggest advice is you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Nothing changes. Like, you don't get to have ice cream every night. You don't get to have an extra dessert. Nothing changes. You stay the course. You still do what you do. That's why I say fit in foods you love, because when you hit goal in lifetime, you're not doing anything different. You're continuing. You're getting a few extra points. Maybe now you could add in a little cheese, add in a little extra olive oil, add in a nut here and there. So that's where I used my extra points for, is olive oil, usually, if I decide to have cheese, and higher point bread. Maybe go from the 1 point a slice to a 2 point a slice bread and enjoy it, but still stick to your guns, still stick to your goals, still stick to your plan. Nothing's changing. Nothing. So don't okay, I'm at goal. Nothing changes. You just continue, but you add a few things in and you up those points, like maybe fats, maybe dairy, and maybe bread. I wouldn't do all 3 in the same day, but like in those days, you could sit there and play around with those points. That's what I would suggest. But congratulations, by the way. Do you have a specific go-to recipe or meals when your day week is booked solid? I was sick last week, so what did I have? I have Trader Joe's meals in my pantry. Are they the best option? They're not bad. I mean, I have the orange chicken, I have their fried rice, I have their cilantro chicken wontons, I have their gnocchi. So I always have something. I mean, Trader Joe's seems to have really good options. Their frozen vegetables, their frozen rices are really good options. So I try to keep a lot of, and their burgers, their mahi-mahi, their shrimp burgers, they're really good to have for a quick meal. It's like, if I don't feel like cooking, I run down and grab a Trader Joe's shrimp burger. I always have frozen rolls, or I could use a wrap. A lot of times the boys eat the rolls and I eat a wrap, because I always have wraps in my freezer. I try to keep 1 point wraps, because you just never know when you need one, in the freezer. So yeah, those are usually my go-to. And of course, I always try to have a bag salad, or box of mesclun, because sometimes and you throw a lot of protein in there. Yeah, it's salad, but you're throwing chicken and eggs, and sometimes put some cheese in there, some croutons, so you got yourself a salad meal. It's not just a salad. There's protein in there. There's a little bit of carb in there. There's some dairy in there with some cheese. So I definitely, if I'm going to have salad for a dinner, it's going to be a big ass salad, and it's maybe have even a little slice of toasted bread on the side, because it is salad. So you need to really eat a little bit more. Going away for 3 weeks and staying at a Best Western Plus. How to eat 3 meals a day while staying on plan. Well, does your hotel offer breakfast? Because our hotel did. I don't remember where we stayed. We were at seeing Timmy. And I felt, why am I going to spend money on breakfast when the hotel has it? Is it going to be the best options? Probably not. But what can I do? Because here in life, nobody caters to us. We have to figure out how to stay on plan ourselves. So I went down there, and yes, they had a regular yogurt. I normally have fat-free or low-fat yogurt. I put it in a bowl. I topped it with, they had some sliced almonds. They had some fruit. So I thought I made a really good breakfast bowl out of what they had. They had scrambled eggs, which, they're probably powdered scrambled eggs. Not always the best option, but I didn't think it was a bad option. So I gravitated towards like a banana, some almonds, the yogurt, and the eggs. And that's what I had. Now, I would say do you really need, like, when you're out, here's the thing, like, I'm always about 3 meals a day. You know that. I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. I know some people don't, but I do. But when you're out and you're eating big, larger meals out at restaurants, you might not need to eat 3 meals, because if you're eating a big breakfast, you're not going to want lunch. Now, if you're eating at the Best Western and you're having the breakfast that I suggested, you might want lunch. Well, that would be to have a light lunch, like have a salad, have some kind of nice, like I said, salad, and then focus on dinner. Or maybe whoever you're with, say, hey, can we split something for lunch? Because you don't want to have a full meal, but you want to have something. You're busy. You need to have energy, and food gives you energy. So don't be skipping lunch because you don't want to eat it. Eat a little bit, split it, and there's always fruit bowls out. There's always salad. So when you're out, we always tend not to look at that part of the menu. There's soup. Have a cup of soup. Maybe they'll bring a dinner roll out. That's a great lunch. It's a great little filler. Or splitting is my option, because focus on dinner, because dinner is going to be your biggest meal. And like I said, if you wind up going out for breakfast, then you might not need a big lunch. Maybe have some fruit in your room, or have some bars on hand. You can just grab as a midday snack. So that would be, I wouldn't eat 3 meals out. That's the one advice I'd give you. You're not going to need to, because like I said, when you eat out, you get big portions, and you should have enough. So I would sit there and say, if you're just focus on 2 meals out, though the husband wants to, or the friend wants to eat out more, because sometimes they do, then you can go and have an appetizer. Go look at the appetizer menu, or like I said, have some soup. Even have a bowl of soup. It's soup. Like sometimes we get all crazy. We're like, what's soup? It's soup. It's mostly broth, vegetables, and a little bit of pasta. So I always say that's always a good option. So enjoy your trip, by the way. So I hope that answered that. What is an easy thing to do with salmon packets besides a sandwich? Oh, you mean the little packed salmon like tuna? I put it on salad. Make a wrap. Put it in a vegetable stir fry. Sprinkle it on there. Here we go. Scramble. I love scrambled eggs and salmon. That would be fantastic. So breakfast, make a wrap with it. Put it in the eggs. Put it in a wrap. Oh, yeah. Stir fries, eggs, wrap, salad. You could even make a salmon cake. You'd probably get 1 cake, maybe put a little cracker in there, a little binder, a little egg white. You can make a salmon cake. See, this thing's, like I said, I have not looked at these yet. That's why I'd rather be off the cuff. All right. I love Italian food. So do I. It is my favorite cuisine. Mine too. But I have a very difficult time navigating which ingredients are the best and point friendly. Any suggestions for sauces, pastas, meats that won't break the bank? I make my own 0-point marinara. I control my sauce. So for me, I don't want to pay points on tomato sauce. The fact that, are you Italian? I don't know. But I have 2 recipes on the channel. I just made a 0-point no-cook pizza sauce last week on meal prep. Again, no-cook pizza sauce. Now, you could technically put that in like ice cube trays and freeze it. And when you just need a portion, you could pull one out. That was a great idea. My 0-point marinara is up on my old blog. I've made that a while ago. And because I don't like sugar in my sauce. That's a no-no for me. I don't like, tomatoes need something for acidity, but I tend to put carrots in a cooked sauce. They cook. It's just fantastic. And everybody who's made that sauce has really enjoyed it. And you could use that zero marinara as pizza sauce, actually. I just wanted to have a different variation. Pastas, I just like regular pasta. I don't go for those low carb. I just don't enjoy them. And here's the thing, is what I would say, if you're not enjoying your food, they have ones that are made with peas. They have them made with lentils. They have the protein ones. I said, if you like them and you're willing to spend the money on them, then eat them and enjoy them. It's your choice. If you don't want to, like me, then I don't have to. I'm willing to spend 6 points on 2 ounces of pasta. It doesn't matter to me. Same thing with wheat. I can't do wheat pasta and sauce. I just can't. I just don't like the way it tastes. And again, I have to like when I'm eating, because it's sitting there going, it's better for me. That's not a way to enjoy your food. But if you like it, that's the important thing. You have to like it. So I just eat regular pasta. I choose to mix, like I say, maybe my 2 ounces of pasta with some shredded zucchini noodles. I don't cook them. I just put them in the pasta bowl, toss them with the hot pasta, and I eat it. It's really good that way. Would I eat just zucchini noodles? I could. Again, not filling enough. So for me, I need to feel full and satiated. So I definitely like to mix the pasta. But again, find pasta that you like and eat it. You have to like your pasta. And if you're not liking it, you're eating it because it's low in point, We have to taste has to come before points. That's just how it has to be in order to be on long-term success. But try the other ones. Maybe you like them. Now, meats, I make regular meat. I mean, we have regular meatballs. Sometimes I don't do the pork and sausage as often as we used to. Timmy was the one that really liked it, and since he's not home that much, sometimes when he's home, I call it Sunday sauce, and there's a video for that as well. Sometimes we just use like the pork country ribs. Now it's pork. I mean, yes, it's on a bone. Yes, it has some fat in it, but when you compare it to an 80-20 meatball, there's no comparison. The pork is much leaner than that, and that gives it a nice flavor. So maybe try some lean pork in your sauce, or if I'm a person who likes regular meatballs. I'm not a turkey meatball fan. I'm not a chicken meatball fan. I just don't like them. So I account for my meatballs. I save the points for them. So that's the thing. You just have to figure out your day to have that meal. That's the best advice I can give, because without sacrificing the taste. Favorite staple, most repeated breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals? My top 3. That's hard because I love everything I make. Overnight oats has got to be my top breakfast, and I didn't even include it in my thing last week. I know. Lunch is probably hack wraps, flatbreads. I love anything like that. Dinner is, I love everything. I mean, I love food. Favorite dinner, probably chili. I think chili, like the chicken, the taco chicken chili. Well, it's not really chili, taco chicken. Because you can do so much with it. You shred this chicken in salsa and beans and corn. You could have it on rice. You could have it on pasta. You could have it in a salad. You could have it in a wrap. It's just one of those things it morphs into a million different things. And it's just good on its own, just eating it. So, but I love everything. I don't make things that I don't like. If you ever see me, I would never show food that I don't like on my What I Eat in a Days. Because it's like, if I don't like it, I'm not showing anybody else. So if you're seeing my food, it's a winner. And the boys love the Big Mac meatloaf when I make that. I don't make it often enough. What do you do when you aren't hungry but know you should eat something? I'm always hungry. I've never have that where I'm not hungry. I don't know if it's a head thing, but yeah, I've never come, I'm not hungry. I've never had that. What is that like? I wake up hungry. I mean, I think I wake up hungry because I don't eat after 6. It's been a thing that I've done when I had really bad reflux and I got into a habit. Occasionally we have a snack. I don't think about it. Again, when you get into a habit, you tend not to even think about it. So I don't think about food after dinner. So come the morning, I'm hungry. 8 o'clock, I want to eat. It's been 12 to 14 hours. I'm ready for breakfast. Lunch, I just always want a little something. I'm never like looking for a big lunch. It's mostly salads and wraps. It's not like I'm looking for a big meal, and I'm always hungry for dinner. I just can't wait. Sometimes it's hard. Like if I know I'm really hungry between lunch and dinner, I definitely throw a snack in there. And maybe that's what the thing is. I'm not starving going into that next meal. I think it's a disservice when we stop snacking because we don't want to spend the points, or we think we're not hungry, and then we go into that dinner starving. I don't like when people say, I'm starving. You should be starving because there's snacks in the house to have. There's no reason to be starving. So you grab, you're not grabbing a meal. You're grabbing an apple. You're grabbing a banana. You're grabbing a few pretzels. You're grabbing a string cheese. Not all at once. But you're grabbing these they're not going to make you oh, I'm so full. I had that string cheese. I wish string cheese made me feel that way, but it doesn't. But that's an interesting question. I've never had where I'm not hungry. If I'm not feeling well and I don't feel like eating something, well, then I probably would have soup. If I know I should eat and I'm just not feeling well, then I probably would have soup. And you'd be surprised when you start eating how then all of a sudden it starts up your appetite. That's a funny thing. I've noticed that with me when I was sick last week and knew that I needed to eat and just, you don't have a taste. So I started with soup. And all of a sudden I grabbed a cracker. You just feel like once you get that metabolism going, your hunger comes back. So that's what I would say. Do you lose better tracking calories and macros and strictly doing Weight Watchers? I don't track macros and calories. I do every once in a while do it just to make sure I'm where I need to be, because you hear all the people talking, I'm not eating enough, I'm on track. You know, I eat my weekly points, so I always fell where I needed to be. I just wanted to make sure. You definitely need to throw those weeklies in there. The people that aren't eating enough, I feel, don't touch those weekly points. You know, you got to eat your weeklies. So I find tracking Weight Watchers is just easier for me. It's something I can do. To do something that's daunting and it's going to take me too much time, I'm not going to do it. I'm very honest here. I'm not a person that puts a lot of effort into so for me to sit there and have to track all those I know there's apps. It still makes it easy, but it's still not as easy as points. Points simplifies it. And when I say this in a lot of videos, points does the work for you. It gives you the food that's balanced, that has the right amount of calories versus fat versus protein versus fiber versus carbohydrates and sugar. So it's all balanced out to give you, like, it is, why is something 90 calories and 5 points and 500 calories and 3 points? Because what that food is made of is a better option. Those things that make it high in calories really aren't detrimental to your overall metabolism and health, if that makes sense. So yes, I strictly do points. Honestly, it's something I can continue, because this is the thing. You want to be able to continue and maintain what you're doing. And for me, this is something I can maintain. And I've been doing it. So I know I could continue. That's why people are like, oh my God, you have to track for the rest of your life. Tracking takes me no time at all, especially if you're eating around the same foods. You know what the points are. I go to Quick Add, put in breakfast, and I eat. Eating is my reward for tracking. I always track first. This way it's done and I can eat. After you lost 100 pounds, you must have had clothes that were way too big and no longer fit. What is your advice for dealing with those fat clothes? I got rid of them. Most of the times, I mean, I've been on Weight Watchers a million times. I've lost 50 pounds, no, I shouldn't say that. I've lost 50 pounds about 3 times prior to this. And I would always put those clothes in a bin in the basement. Well, I'd gain weight and grab that bin back up, because it was always a safety net. So when I lost this time, I got rid of everything. I only have like a shirt left just to go back and, you know, show it as this is what I used to wear. But I have nothing from before. So if I gain weight, it is in my mind that you really can't do this, Denise. You don't have anything to wear. And then when things start to look tight, you either have to shit or get off the pot, basically. Either I have to go back on plan and really follow, or I'm going to have to go to the store and buy some new clothes. So that has helped me keep me more. Maybe that's why I'm been on plan and been where I'm at for a while, because I know that there's nothing else to wear. So I got rid of everything, which is a first for me. I never did that in my entire life. I used to put them in, you know, a bin, put them in the basement. I even had my maternity clothes in the basement. My baby's 23. So that just goes to show you the stuff that I keep, but they're gone too, just so you know. Is it better to keep them in case the weight trends up again, or is it better to discard them? I answer that question. Discard them, because you don't need a safety net. That's, well, you know, I'm up a few. Well, you will go back. I'm telling you. That is why I finally got rid of them. Do you weigh your meat before or after cooking? Meats like sausage. I always weigh after. That is a controversial thing. People weigh before. It's whatever you choose to do. I want to see if I'm having 2 ounces of meat, that scale needs to say 2 ounces. So that's just how I do it. I mean, like I said, it's a personal. It's like with pasta. Some people weigh it uncooked. Some people weigh it cooked. I do it cooked. I do a cup of cooked pasta. That's just, it's whatever works for you. So that's the thing. You have to do what works for you, not what works for me. Whatever works for you. And that's what we always say, like, that's why it's a journey. You're discovering what works and what doesn't, and what you want to keep and what you don't want to keep. That's why everybody's journey is different. The first thing to focus when coming from another plan and struggling, follow the plan that you're on. Like, in the beginning, you should definitely follow it the way it's written, not the way you think it should be. A lot of us, and we say it at Weight Watchers all the time, follow the plan, not your version of the plan, because it's meant to be followed a specific way. That is why each plan from a different, you know, either Weight Watchers or different diet program are different, because they're all meant to be followed in a certain way. I would say follow the plan the way it's meant to be, and give yourself a few weeks, because it's an adjustment. It's just like when you undereat your points and you're eating less, and then all of a sudden you decide, well, I'm eating too less, so I'm going to eat more. You're going to gain weight in the beginning because your body's not used to you eating correctly. So you have to give it at least 2 to 3, maybe even a month before your body gets back into the groove. And it will, but you have to give yourself a little bit of time depending on what plan you came from. Like if you're coming from keto to Weight Watchers, that's a big difference. You're going from no carbs to carbs, and your body doesn't, honestly, I will tell you, in all honesty, low carb, you lose. It is written in the stars. When you eat low carb, you lose. So carbs are one of those things I think is my best advice to anybody is keep your carbs at a decent clip. Know what the number of carbs are. Like I would never tell anybody to go low carb. I think it's impossible. But go carb conscious. I try to stick to my carbs between 100 and 110 per day, because anything more, I'm just going to struggle on the scale. At this point of my life, I feel like the older you get, it feels like, are you getting that pre-diabetic? Your body's older, you're postmenopausal. It's all about carbs, sugars at this point of our lives. I really feel that way. I think it's because you always hear people all of a sudden they're diabetic. They're thin, they eat pretty good, but yet because it's a pancreas disease. And when your pancreas just gets older, it just doesn't function. It's not anybody's fault. It's just age. I hate to say it that way, but it's just age. And sometimes, like I said, you'll see these people that they're diabetic, they look really good, and they're thin, they eat well. It's just an age thing. And no matter how, you can be in the best shape in the world, but your body's just older. Your body's just older. So I feel like for me, especially, carbs and sugar are my big problem. And I try, or nemesis, not really a problem. It's something I need to keep at bay. So having the sugar-free, having the monk fruit, and having lower carb, like if I have a high carb breakfast, I'm not going to have a high carb lunch. I'm going to keep my carbs at bay. So especially when you're having something like oatmeal, which is carbs, or what other thing is it? Because there's carbs in everything. I mean, there's carbs in oatmeal, there's carbs in yogurt. So you have to be very careful. And like I said, you can find a website that will tell you whatever you want to hear. It will. I've learned that in this class. Like there's always something that somebody can say and think, oh, I have this site to back it up. Well, sure, there's sites to back up everything. But the biggest thing is, I think somebody told me, I don't remember who it was, but it was something about 35 carbs a meal is what you should be maxed, which was, I think, a good clip. That is 105 carbs a day. So that is something where I try to be. So I try not to do more than 35 carbs a meal. And that to me is not low carb. It's just lower than, not knowing. So I feel like 110 carbs is something I can do. And remember, whatever you do, you got to continue. It's not something you're doing temporarily. Like people are on this bandwagon of eating all this protein. While it's a good thing, it is. Can you maintain that amount of protein? Not just for the next couple of months, for life. See, that's where I look. I'm here, but I'm looking there, and I need to see what I need. Can I maintain? So I definitely have high protein. I don't have extremely high protein. I try to get my protein to around 90. I can't sit there and force myself to eat protein just to get my protein at a certain number, because I don't think I can maintain that personally. Now, if you can, that's great. I'm just giving you advice that I would give myself. Keep things at things that you can maintain. And that will, because we want to see success. We want to see maintenance. We want to be able to maintain this. We all could lose it. We've all done it. We've all could lose it. But we're still here. Why? Because we're trying to maintain that. And with small, simple changes, you have maintenance. That's what we talked about maintenance earlier. Losing weight is only part of it. Honestly, and I hate to say it this way, the bigger part is maintaining it. That's where the fight begins. That's where the struggle is, believe it or not. I know you're probably like, oh my God, I haven't lost it yet. Now she's telling me it's all about maintenance. I'm giving you a tip that nobody gave me, that losing it is one thing, but maintaining is a whole different ballgame. It's a little bit harder. because you've lost that, you don't lose every week. So we don't have that momentum of, woohoo, I had a great week. I lost. You don't lose anymore. You don't lose like that anymore. So you don't have that spurring you on every week. You have to, sometimes especially with maintenance, you can go up and down a couple of pounds and it's totally normal. You're not having this, you're just having this. And that's very normal. But it's hard when you're on that high of losing, that high of that pat on the back. Oh yeah, I lost. I had a good week, I lost. You don't get that every week in maintenance. You don't. You have to do the plan with no pats on the back, but staying within your window. And that's what Weight Watchers gives you, a 2 pound up and 2 pound down window. I don't think they give the 2 pound down anymore, but you used to have to stay 2 pounds under. They didn't like you going under your goal back then, because there's a reason for that, but they don't do that anymore. But they give you that window, so that it's always a window, because they know any given day you can be 2 pounds up. And it's normal. Is it anything you ate? Nope. It's just maintenance. And that's something, it's hard for us because we're in that weight loss mode. We just like, what I gain? I ate everything. I was on plan. I was great. Why is that scale up? I don't understand. It's maintenance, and it's perfectly normal. And it's hard when you've done all you've done and this is what you get. And you're just like, really? This is what I get? It's hard to bounce back from that, but eventually you'll see that's pretty normal, and it's pretty fun to be around the same weight. And it's like I said, when you get out, that's why I suggested stay in maintenance for a while, coast there for a while. And then if you want to lose a few more pounds down the line, then you can actually flip that app right back to weight loss and back to taking those points away and, kicking it, and you can get a few more pounds off. But enjoy being on maintenance. Enjoy staying steady, and just live in the moment for a while, because you worked hard to get there. Honestly, I stayed in maintenance for a year, and funny part was I lost on maintenance. It was when COVID hit. I hit goal in 2019. January of 2020 I hit lifetime. March of that year we shut down. So from January to probably the whole year, I was about 8, maybe 6 to 7 under goal. I started glam squat, I started exercising. I went down, I was shocked, I was a little bit nervous, like, oh my God, I keep losing. And then I started to gain. And then I said, you know what? I want to lose a few pounds, just, And then January of 2021, I decided to flip my app back to weight loss. And ever since then, I've put on 8 pounds. No rhyme or reason, I couldn't tell you. It is what it is. Now we're down to, I think I have to lose 5. I think it's 5. No, because I'm taking the 2 pounds up. Because like she said, I just have to hit the 2 pounds over. So I keep thinking I have to go to the goal. She says, no, you just have to go to the 2 pounds over. So I think it's 4.5, 5, something like that. So you know what? You do what you do. If this is the weight I'm meant to be, then this is the weight I'm meant to be. You have to sit there and have a weight that you could live with, and not a weight you think you should be. I'm 56 years old, or am I 57? I lose count all the time. I'm not trying out to be no swimsuit model. I don't need to sit there and impress anybody. Am I healthy? Absolutely. Am I happy? Absolutely. So that's the thing. That should be your goals, not a dress size, not a pant size, not an unrealistic number, because why should we spend the rest of our lives struggling? We shouldn't. We should be enjoying the benefits of our hard labor. So that is it for Food Finds Friday. For Wednesday Wisdom. I didn't sneeze. Oh gosh, thank you guys. Thank you for your questions. And if you want to submit a question, you have to go on my Facebook group. Every Tuesday I post in there, hey, need inspiration for Wednesday Wisdom, and they come through every time. Great questions, guys. I really enjoyed them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Join us here at Dish with D. Join our crew, Dish with D's crew, on Facebook. We are having a blast losing our weight 1 pound at a time. It's what we do. So if that is something you're interested in, come join us. And if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, you want to be part of this community. You do. It's not about me, it's about everybody here, and you want to be included in that. So hit that subscribe button, and we will dish another day. I'm currently vlogging for tomorrow, so day in the life of D. Oh, we're not doing much of anything, but I don't know what we have a few fun things. You'll see that tomorrow. I can't give it away because, So I will dish with you then. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.